Hey Leo, welcome to Sweet Tea Astrology and Tarot. My name's Erica. Welcome to the channel. I'm so glad that you found me. This is your 2017 Astrology Heads Up video talking about the major transits that'll be going on for the year of 2017 for my Leo friends. So, Leo, why don't you sit a spell so we can talk about your stars? We're going to start the year of 2017 under the influence of a Mercury retrograde in Capricorn. If you want to know more about that, check out your January video that's already been released. And I will be around mid-month for the full moon videos, but right now we're talking about 2017. So what I'm going to do is talk about February forwards. Let's get started. February 9th or 10th, we will be experiencing a 22-degree Leo lunar eclipse. Leo, this is a year where you're going to be feeling a lot of shifts and a lot of changes because you are going to be experiencing a lunar eclipse in your sign, and 6 months later you will be experiencing a solar eclipse in your sign. Big changes. So, lunar eclipse in February. Lunar eclipses are associated with endings. This is in your first house. The first house is the house of your personality, your physical body, and your appearance. I like to think of the first house as your physical embodiment and how the world sees you. It could be that you are deciding to start a workout regimen program or something like that. You could undergo a makeover at some point. I would definitely suggest for you Leos to check your rising and moon sign videos as well because of the amount of eclipse energy that you will be feeling this year, to know where else this will be playing out in your world. Now, towards the end of the month of February, the 25th or 26th of the month, depending on where you live on the planet, we will be experiencing an 8th degree of Pisces solar eclipse. This is occurring in your 8th house. The 8th house is ruled by Scorpio, and it's the house of life, death, and rebirth, or birth. It's the house of your instincts. That can be your primal instincts, your basic instincts, or your human instincts. It's the house of sexuality, the house of regeneration, transformation, and metamorphosis. It's also the house of other people's money. And the fact that there's a solar eclipse going on means that there's going to be new, fresh energy going on in this house. Other people's money can be your spouse's income, or it could be money coming to you not by means of hourly wages, inheritance, scholarships, grants, loans, those types of things. Now, in March and April, we're going to have a pretty big energy going on for us. We've got Venus, the planet of love, beauty, harmony, money, and resources, going retrograde in Aries and then tiptoeing back into Pisces. This will affect your 9th and your 8th house. The 9th house is the house that's ruled by Sagittarius. It's the house that I like to say is your worldview expanded through study or travel. This is a house of long-distance trips, higher education, the study of foreign languages, religion, philosophy, astrology, political matters, legal system matters. It also covers foreign people, foreign places, and foreign things. The 8th house, where that solar eclipse just occurred for you, is going to be the house of Scorpio. It's life, death, rebirth, instincts, regeneration, and other people's money. During this Venus retrograde, we are going to have Mercury go retrograde towards the very end of that Venus retrograde. Mercury, the planet of thought, movement, and communication, will be going retrograde April 8th through May the 2nd. It will start in Taurus and tiptoe back into Aries. This will affect your 10th and your 9th house. The 10th house is the house of your career, your status, your reputation. It also deals with authorities. This can be authority figures in your world, authorities in general, or authority figures in a specific field, so like an expert. It also covers like destiny. And the 9th house is that house of higher education, long-distance trips, religion, philosophy, astrology, foreign people, foreign places, foreign things. Now, if you are planning on traveling for, say, spring break, going somewhere far away, you may want to make a plan B or a plan C because you may have travel issues. Or it could be that you may run into someone that you have a lot of chemistry with that is from a completely different part of the world. Just two different ideas that might happen. Lots of other ways it can play out. Each of us have our own specific chart, and how our aspects play with what's going on is really what's determinant as to whether it's a positive or a more negative feeling situation. Now, in August, we're going to be experiencing our second set of eclipses. August 6th or 7th, depending on where you live on the planet, we're going to have a 15-degree Aquarius lunar eclipse. This is your 7th house. This is dealing with your partnerships and your relationships and how you identify who you are as an individual through those interactions with those people. It also deals with counseling and open enemies. Open enemies are people that you have an open beef with, or someone you would testify against in an open court of law. I also see this as arguing online with another person or people where others can kind of see and interact with that. A little bit further down the road, we're going to have a solar eclipse at the end of August, but before that, Mercury will be going retrograde again. We're going to experience 4 Mercury retrogrades in total because Mercury is in retrograde at the beginning of 2017. So yeah, August 11th through September the 4th, Mercury will go retrograde in between Virgo and Leo. This is your 12th house and your first house. The 12th house is the house of secrets, and I like to think of the 12th house as the darkest recesses of the mind. The 12th house covers secret enemies, secrets that you keep from yourself through repression. It also covers secrets that are kept in general, possibly from you. The 12th house is also a karmic house, but it deals with self-undoing and limitations as well. The first house is that physical embodiment of who you are and how the world sees you. It's your physical body, it's your appearance, and it's your personality. It's how the world sees you. So Mercury going retrograde in this house, I would say that your dreams are probably going to be very active, and you may want to keep a dream journal at this point because things may be more clear for you during the next Mercury retrograde if you go back and read those journal entries. Now, during this Mercury retrograde between Virgo and Leo, we have a solar eclipse in Leo. The sun is your ruling luminary, so you are going to feel this eclipse. This will be August 20th or 21st, depending on where you live on the planet. First house. That's your personality, your physical body, your appearance. It's the physical embodiment of who you are and how the world sees you. Now remember that lunar eclipses usually usher in closings and deals more with females. That's the trend anyway. And solar eclipses are about new beginnings and new energy, and normally dealing with masculine energy. Now in October, we have a pretty big shift happening. We have Jupiter, the planet of increase, expansion, and excess, moving into Scorpio. This is your 4th house. The 4th house is the house of home and family, and your roots and foundation. Home is where you live or where you consider home to be, and family is who you share that home with. That can be your parents, your partner or your spouse, your children, fur babies, roommates, housemates, house guests. If that doesn't apply, then check your roots and your foundation. It could be that you are dealing with water leaks for the next year in your house because of it. If not that, your home may be growing or you may be moving in some way. In December, we'll have 2 things occurring for us, and then we'll get to the cards. December 2nd through the 21st, we have Mercury going retrograde in Sagittarius. All of the other Mercury retrogrades have kind of tiptoed into another sign. This Mercury retrograde is going to be staying throughout the sign of Sagittarius. This is your 5th house. The 5th house is the house of your pleasure, your social life, your children, and your creativity. It's where the artist lives. Like I said in other videos, I like to think of the 5th house as having your DNA and your fingerprints all over it because it's where you have skin in the game. It's where you fall in love. It's where you make your babies. It's the house of your children. It's the house of the things that you create, and those things that you create you're proud of. You don't want people to dog on it, right? It's also the house of your pleasures and your social life, and usually people are willing to defend their friends. So, I mean, it can be a sensitive house. It can be a joyful house too, though. But the fact that Mercury is going retrograde in the 5th house, it could be that you are reassessing the social circle that you're with. It could be reassessing how you seek your pleasure. It could be reassessing your romance as well. Or you could possibly be getting lovers from the past coming back to get in contact with you. Now, the 12th or the 12th, December 19th or the 20th, depending on where you live on the planet, we have Saturn moving into Capricorn, and this is where Saturn's most comfortable. Saturn rules Capricorn. This is your 6th house. This is the house that's ruled by Virgo, and it deals with your work and your health, or it also deals with the competencies and skills that you bring to the services that you provide, and it deals with your day-to-day grind, the daily to-do list. The fact that Saturn is moving in there could be that you are really getting a lesson in structure in work and health. Would be a good time to start and implement a workout regimen, because Saturn's going to be there for about 2 years. So it may be that you're reassessing how you feel about yourself and you're wanting to do something about it. That's always a good thing. Now, Leo, what I'm going to do is pull 4 Sage Goddess Gemstone Oracle cards for you to round out this reading. The cards have been very expressive in at least mirroring the images that were, or the energy, not images, mirroring the energies that were spoke about during the specific astrology for each sign, and I feel that it will work the same for you as well. In almost every video that I've done, I've had a card, at least one card fly out of the deck. That doesn't mean that that will happen for you. It doesn't mean that it won't, but it's kind of funny that it usually happened whenever I was talking about cards flying out of the deck. So I'm going to give it one more shuffle and then cut. Okay, Leo. Let's see what I got for you. The first card that was pulled is Pyrite. It deals with abundance, self-worth, and reassurance. It can help heal and amplify the solar plexus and crown chakras. Pyrite strengthens your soul and lifts your spirit while also attracting material abundance, boosting your confidence. Pardon me. You have pulled this card because you need to have faith in your own abilities and power. Meditate with Pyrite to tap into your potential, stimulate your flow of ideas, and be persistent in seeing your projects through to their completion. Pyrite. The second card that was pulled for you is Sodalite. Deals with intuition, well-being, and peaceful sleep. It can help heal and amplify the third eye chakra. Sodalite is the stone of enhanced insight, mental clarity, discipline, and general well-being. It banishes fears and helps to heighten your intuition to allow greater understanding of emotional issues. You've pulled this card because there's a restlessness or a sense of disorganization within you. So meditate with Sodalite to aid you in overcoming these blockages, to open the third eye, and to help energies around you to flow more freely. Sodalite. The next card that you received is Malachite. This deals with divine feminine healing and protection, and it helps to heal and amplify the vibrations of the heart chakra. And Leo, you rule the heart. Malachite is the divine feminine stone of protection and healing, which has been used for thousands of years to stimulate life force energy and to absorb pollutants from the atmosphere, the aura, and the body. You've pulled this card because you are in need of a health power boost. So meditate with Malachite for feminine healing, protection while traveling, and overall well-being. This card speaks to a lot of what's going on this year. especially about your health, moving towards the end of the year, and with it being the third card. I know things like that matter. The final card that was pulled for you is Ancient Earth Wisdom and Shielding by Septarian. This can help heal and amplify the vibrations of the root chakra. Septarian facilitates communication with guides and elders while also offering protection and a shield of invisibility around you. You have pulled this card because your guides and elders have a message for you and because you may be under energetic attack. Meditate with Septarian to attune yourself to ancient wisdom, to protect yourself with ancestral magic, and to connect deeply with your spirit guides. Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you already have, I thank you from the bottom of my very grateful heart. I'm wearing the red Fire Rooster Sriracha shirt. This is my fiance's shirt, but I'm wearing it to be festive because it is the year of the Fire Rooster, according to Chinese Zodiac Astrology. So I wanted to throw that in there as well. I hope that you're well. I hope that you have a very powerful 2017. With all of these eclipses going on for you, you're definitely going to feel it. So breathe, baby, breathe, and embrace the change that comes, because without the closures, there can be no new beginnings. I hope that you're well. Please take care of yourself, and I'll see y'all next time. But until then, namaste and bye, Leo.